Hello and welcome back to the Click Experience. My name is Galvin McIntyre, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you that of the higher self. What the higher self is, how the higher self communicates with you, and what you can start doing today to connect with the higher self. And so without further ado, let's get right into the video. So we'll start with what the higher self is, and we're going to move into how it communicates with you and what you can start doing to get yourself merged up and connected to the higher self. Real quick, sorry about the wind. It's a little windy today. I still don't have a mic because I haven't gone out and got one. I should probably go do that. So, what is the higher self? You've probably heard of the higher self a lot throughout your spiritual journey. So the higher self is your most optimal version and state of being. So the most optimal version, your higher self, is the highest version of you with a higher vibration, a more optimal life experience, things of the nature. And so your higher self is being something higher, right? A more optimal version. It is a state of being. It is your vibration. If you're not familiar with what vibration is, you can click the link in the description. We'll take you to a video that I explained about, which explains vibration. So, how does the higher self communicate with you? Well, the higher self communicates with you in a variety of different ways, actually. One mainly being, I have right here, your intuition or your gut feeling. Your intuition is connected to your higher self in a sense that if you are intending, let's say your friend, as an example, invites you to a party, your intuition might signal, hey, no, let's not go to that party and let's just stay here. You may not consciously be aware of what to do instead, but not going to the party may be that signal. And another way the higher self communicates with you through intuition is you're intending, oh, maybe I want to go on this hike, or I want to go do this thing that I'm more passionate about, and your intuition will be like, yeah. That is one way your intuition will connect with you, because your higher self is the all-knowing part of yourself that knows what you're passionate about, knows what you actually will genuinely enjoy, right? So that's one way the higher self communicates with you. Another way is through numbers, angel numbers, things of the nature. Numbers like 1111, 222, 144. It could be like 522, all these different types of numbers. So the numbers appear in your reality after they pass through the intuition. Now the numbers, what I advise you to do is every time you look at your phone or you're looking at a clock or you see something that's like synchronized, a synchronized number like this or an angel number, like pause yourself, pause your life in a sense where you are now being open-minded and aware, okay, where am I at? How am I feeling? Is this where I should be? Am I aligned? Those are great ways to look at angel numbers, and you'll notice once you start doing this, when you start seeing these consistencies and you start feeling into those when you see them, you'll start to make changes for the positive. You'll be like, oh, that's what that was trying to tell me. Okay, so I'm going to start doing this. That is one way the higher self communicates with you. A way to get into this, and another way the higher self likes to communicate with you, is getting into a flow state. Now, when you're in a flow state, time and outworldly worries and things of the nature tend to disappear, of course. And how to get into your flow state is by doing things you're passionate about. You're focusing on your interest. You're learning things you're genuinely interested in. And when you're doing these things and you're in these states of being, you are in flow state, which in turn is connecting to your higher self, raising your vibration. When you are in a flow state, you are naturally raising your vibration, right? And that is a connection to your higher self. Again, the higher self is the version of you that is doing what they are passionate about, that is in that state of optimal being or vibration. So how do we connect to the higher self? I got 3 really easy steps for you to take that you can do right now, right when you're done watching this video, or when you feel called to. So the first step in connecting yourself to your higher self, this dream, this most optimal version of yourself, right, is to become aware of the current self. Becoming aware of the current self is extremely powerful, because then you can start to set goals, you can start to take measures in becoming your most optimal self. So when we become aware of the current self, things will pop up that you are doing right per se in your own way, and things you may not enjoy doing. So there's some things you are doing and experiencing in your life that you enjoy, and things that you're doing and experiencing in your life that you may not enjoy in your current reality. When you wake up to when you go to sleep, what are you doing? How are you being? How are you presenting yourself to the world, right? And now that you are aware of that, that's all you need to do, is just become aware of that. You don't really got to do anything after that yet. We'll move into the next step. But just become aware, and it's super simple. Just sit down, clear your mind, take some deep breaths, and just become aware of your current self. Who are you being? Now, step number 2 is visualize your optimal self. Set the intention to be your most optimal self. Visualize, okay, so I am currently aware, right, of what I am doing, what I am being currently. Now, there is a version of myself that I know, right? You have imagined this version of yourself. Maybe this version of yourself is conducting more activities that you are passionate about. Maybe you are visualizing happier feelings, right? And so set the intention while you're visualizing. It's kind of a conjoining process where once you are aware, then you can set the intention to visualize, right, your highest self. And while you're doing this, your mind is noticing the differences between, okay, your optimal self is doing and being something different than your current self. So once you are in step number 2 and you are visualizing your most optimal self, now you are still insinuating more, you are acquiring more awareness, you're being more aware of the things that you can start changing, right? So now intend, right? Set the intention after you visualize that which you desire, right? Your most optimal higher self, and you will start to see things you can be doing differently, right? Things you're currently doing that you don't need to let go of, but things you could be doing differently. Maybe you, like I said, start doing what you're more passionate about and start adding these things in small amounts into your routine. And that's visualizing your optimal self. Now, once you are aware of your current self, you've visualized your most optimal self, you're noticing the differences in between, what's left to do but take action. Super simple, super easy. You visualize the version of yourself that is living this version, that is living this life, that is dreamlike in a sense, possibly conjoined to your current self, and start taking action. List a routine. What is your current routine? What are you currently doing? What is your most optimal self, your most optimal version doing? Compare those things and slowly make changes to merge with that higher self, and that is how you actually manifest your highest self, right? And that is all. And of course, when you take action on this version of yourself, you are being this version of yourself. You're not just doing things, you're not just having things. Those things are like cherries on top. What you are doing, your higher self, is being your energetic vibration, the energy behind how you present yourself, how you show up, the effort you put into certain activities, the decisions you make to put yourself in places you want to be. That is a being, that is a state of vibration, right? So I hope that has helped many of you understand what the higher self is and how you can connect to it. And that's going to wrap up for today's video. I'm going to be making courses and stuff in the future, of course, so that people can get into a deeper knowledge base of how to take the individual steps, because this is a just full explanation of how you can start conducting and being your higher self today. And there's a lot of other things that go into it, things like the law of attraction, law of subtraction, different manifestation techniques and meditations and all that fun, cool stuff, right? And if you have any questions on this video, you may be saying, wow, well, there's one thing in there that I would want to know a little bit more on. Well, go ahead and DM me at Galvin McIntyre 1111 on Instagram. If you would like to be part of a very high vibe community and maybe rep some high vibe merch, then head to the 1111 official on Instagram. Send us a DM and we'll send you back a discount code of 15 to 25% off any product of your choice from the 1111.com. You take a picture of yourself wearing the merchandise, simply send it in, and we'll post you on our Instagram, give you a little shout out, and you'll be part of the High Vibe community. I hope I can see all of you there, and until next time, as always, much peace.